I am totally not ready yet. Oh my gosh. I just realized I had things I needed to do and I didn't do it.
What do you mean? Like things outside of here, or you need to grab some articles?
No, it's inside of StreamYard I was wanting to do and I didn't do it yet.
This is what y'all paid for. Just saying.
Yeah. Let's see.
We've totally done this many times before.
We're professional.
Therefore,
Professional.
we have the wisdoms and the experiences.
I've always been told I was a wise ass.
That's right. So I made a new opening, and I kind of made an outro too. By the way, that's right. I wanted to show you things and stuff. Anyway, this is Gaming with a Side of Salt. I am your host, Zeo Gaming. With me, as always, is the one, the only Meg down below, and then that other guy that missed the short bus earlier.
No, you're not doing this, Zeo. You're going to play the damn intro you made.
I'm going to play the intro. I'm going to play the intro
right now.
There we go.
That was good. That's exactly what
I needed. That was awesome. We need an applause sound now. Chad, Mr. Soundboard.
Actually, I might actually have one.
I'm sure you do.
Actually, I might not also, I'm going to be honest. They're the basic sound effects. Basic sound effects is something I've been meaning to get.
See, this is why he's not Bumblebee. That's all right. All right, so...
Found it.
Boring.
Thanks.
Well, I thought
it was a really good intro. Quick and
it was really cool.
Lucky for you, it just finished uploading. I mean, it didn't take long. So
I will say this: you might want to run it through because when I heard it was infinitely louder than our voice volume, so you might want to lower it a little bit.
I'm gonna have to do something because.
That sounded fun to me, but maybe it's different on headphones.
It might be. It might be. It's like thankfully with everything going through the Go XLR, I just and lower it on my end.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to get this thing to go, but it wouldn't.
I will say that I looked through my sound effects and they're all very negative. They're all very like antagonistic. And I'm like, you know what? I need some upbeat, positive ones. I'm actually going to go to the X and that's bad in my context. Go to Twitter/X.
I may not be able to do this while we're live. That's probably why. Yeah. Anyway, so I made some things. We also have an outro now too, if I can remember to run it. And then we also have, let's see, we have this, which is a little bit of a teaser thing for the show. I meant to upload it before we went live. You ready for this one, Meg?
I think I'm ready. Let's go.
Pose with the fans.
So this is what happens when I have a little bit of free time and can start doing
That
shit.
was pretty cool, man.
I love it. I loved it. It was like there's a little description. There was this Meg is the Meg.
Yeah, that's literally my description is just Meg. That's all.
That's all it is. Meg. But anyway, oh shoot, where's the one thing you wanted to do?
It's in your DMs because I needed to keep this under wraps. Meg, I do got a Christmas present for you actually.
Do you want to start with this?
Let's start with this.
What are we starting with? Is it going to make me rage? I can do that. It's not Okami too, right? Because I'm barely hanging on, man.
Go ahead, play it.
All right.
Let's play the video.
I gotta bring things up before I can even play it. Jeez.
All right, let's let him bring things up. Hey, Chad, how you doing, man? How you been this week?
I'm doing good. I am highly addicted to Path of Exile to the point where I was debating on calling off work several times.
That's how you know a game is good. You know, when you're just sitting there like real life is getting in the way of gaming.
So actually, I never do that. I might go. Oh, here we go. Enlarge.
All right. This is just for you, Meg.
It is, isn't it? Ooh.
You're gonna love it.
Oh, I have a theory on what it is. It just looks gorgeous. But that's never been the problem. The problem has never been. Yeah, we know what's up. You know what? If Isun is dead, then I'm fine. I can't with Isun again. And I love the music in the game too. Okami sequel? What?
Yeah.
You don't just put a 2 there? You write out sequel? Nobody does that ever. Why would you? Should that mean something? Is that the person who directed the first one?
I don't know. Well, the company that directed the first one was
Capcom, right?
No, Cloverleaf, and they got bought by Capcom and gutted.
Oh, so.
Which is why the actual sequel to Okami Kids or Okami Babies, whatever they call it, was so bad because Capcom did it, and sorry, but no, I'm having a great time, outpacing Zio in Path of Exile, but also
you have fewer disabilities than he does, though.
Yeah, true. But we'll actually be talking about Path of Exile tonight, which you've seen part of my rant when I live streamed last. But
yes, I did. I was like, oh wow, I'm just coming in mid rant for everybody today. This is just fantastic.
There was a rant. I missed the rant.
I was like, and there I am.
It was at the beginning of my last stream. Last stream or the stream before.
But I came in at the beginning while people were still filing in, and I was like, "Oh, I'm the only one here." He's just ranting to himself. He's mad. Man is mad.
Yeah, and that hasn't come down with the mass stupidity of the Duro population. But
what? People are stupid about games. What?
Yeah, I know.
I saw the gaming awards last night. I can't believe that there's stupidity in gaming.
Oh yeah, wow. Astrobot won the game awards, which I'm oddly okay with. So
it's just like,
listen, it was that, or it was the card game that runs on fucking Mac.
That got to the fucking finals.
Yeah.
Were you not here for this discussion when we talked about it for like an entire 3 hours?
No, I was here, but that was before they actually did the thing.
That was the finalized nomination.
Those were the finals.
Those were the finals. Oh my god!
Yeah.
Why do you think I was ranting about it?
Yeah, and so basically every category that Balatro was in, except Game of the Year, it won.
Okay, somebody got paid.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to bring this up because I didn't actually look at all the categories. I just know Astrobot won because Kat messaged me. And she's like, somebody explain to me why. I know you guys don't know gaming or anything, but Zio, please explain to me what the hell happened here. Why did this win?
Sony.
So I had to explain, shit to her. But because anyway.
Money. That's how it won.
Yeah, because Sony. Because
there it is, winners.
A lot of Sony exclusives.
All right. But yeah, Game of the Year. Because apparently this stupid card game that runs on Mac is a contender somehow.
Bro, it runs on mobile. Game
they had. I mean, you've got a mobile title that they ported to every fucking device known to man, and it's in the finalists. It's like, what the fuck?
You know what? I'll tell you this. The title card there for Baluto, whatever,
Balatro,
is very apt because this is a fucking joke.
Yeah. It absolutely is. I mean, this game is not. It runs on everything. It runs on mobile. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad game for what it is, but for what it is, it does not belong in Game of the Year.
Yeah, I'm okay with Wukong. I'm okay with Final Fantasy. And I'm okay with Metaphor. I'm not okay with Elden Ring. Elden Ring's awesome, but I seriously am like that's not a separate game. That should not be game of the year. Maybe DLC of the year or something along there.
Yeah, they keep putting DLC up here on shit. And I'm like, guys, can you not just make a DLC section for the Game Awards at this point?
Why not?
This way you can have all your stupid little DLCs in their own little category, and then they can fight it out over there because there's no reason for it to be in Game of the Year.
I know why they didn't. Because No Man's Sky would win it every year.
It doesn't matter.
I know. I'm just
but still.
But yeah, no.
Astrobot won. Astrobot. It was a good game. It was a good platformer. I'm not gonna lie. It's good. Whether I would call it Game of the Year, probably not.
No, it was fine. It was fine plus. You know, it was better than fine. It was inoffensive. It was family fun, that kind of thing. But you know.
So you're saying I'm never going to make Game of the Year? I'm very offensive.
But I mean, was it put out by Sony or was it a Sony exclusive for a while?
Sony exclusive.
Sony exclusive.
Yeah.
So you know, I mean, and Sony was massively involved with this whole project.
Yeah, it's Sony's answer to Mario, basically, and I think it is a contender.
Yeah, so it should win for best family game, but I'm just like, I mean, look, I didn't watch any play of it because nobody's talking about it. Astrobot is the game that was basically a fart in the wind. I'm not saying that people didn't enjoy that fart, but it's gone now. Like nobody
came out.
About Astrobot it was today to go why.
On the PlayStation side of things, for the week it came out, and then that was about it.
Yeah, like a fart in the wind. It was like when everybody smelt it and everybody went, that's not actually a bad aroma. And then
best audio design, really? Hellblade? The fuck were you smoking? Anyway. Let's see. Best performer, don't care. Innovation and accessibility.
I'm just glad Veilguard got nothing because they deserve nothing.
Damn.
Veilguard. Damn, Veilguard.
You had one job, Veilguard.
Veilguard.
It failed at even being the wokest. So
it did. It I mean, look at this. It had to fight Star Wars Outlaws and still failed. Yeah.
How did Diablo 4 not win that though? I'm not a great fan of Diablo these days, but that was the only one there I would say, it was a pretty good game.
Best ongoing, Helldivers.
I would have given that to Fortnite or Diablo before Helldivers.
I wouldn't have given it to Diablo.
Oh no, I did say Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy should have won that.
It should be Final. Wait, is that 14?
Mm-hmm.
That's 14. Yeah, it should
have been Final Fantasy.
14. I had to think about my Roman.
Somehow my vision went to the right. Skip Final Fantasy to the left. Skip Final Fantasy again back to the right. Then I was like, oh wait, there's something in the middle.
Best community support.
I'm sorry, I No Man's Sky on that one. Baldur's Gate is great, but like No Man's Sky has such community, like back and forth. Murray, the guy that is the head dude of Hello Games, is constantly talking with the community on X and taking feedback, and like he's kind of like the Rick Rack of Hello Games.
Yeah, that's pretty cool then.
And the funny thing is, like, people hated him when this first came out.
Really? Why?
No Man's Sky was such. When Murray went
Cyberpunk before Cyberpunk.
No, it was. He promised all the stuff like co-op gameplay. You could see your friends if they're on the same planet. All this different like amazing stuff they showed at the like teaser of it, and none of that was in the game when it first launched. And even from what I heard, even the tech team was like, "Why are you telling them this? We don't have this." And it was this shit show. It was one of the worst starts to a game I've ever seen, and one of the best games today, hands down. This is in my top 3.
Really? That's pretty cool.
It is the space game that every other space game should strive to be. Because it's like you got these lush planets and these like really weird planets. So you got a planet that's like hexagonal plates everywhere. Everything's a hexagonal, like metallic. You got giants. You got the sandworms from Beetlejuice jumping around and certain planets. You got killer robots that you could actually rip their brains out and put them into a robot ship and control it, which I got that recently.
Really?
Yeah, I got one of the Sentinel ships.
Best independent game right there. It's your code game for Mac.
Okay, hold on. Go back.
Best debut indie game? What?
Best indie game. Scroll down. What are the options here?
Nothing that good.
Okay. That tells you right there that everybody here, not here, but in the Game Awards, knows dick about gaming, and especially indie games, because there are so many better indie games than anything that's
these are all there. Probably artsy games.
Yeah, I can tell.
Best mobile game, really?
Yeah. Well, basically, it won everything that it was in, except for Game of the Year. And the reason is because if it makes it into Game of the Year but doesn't win best other thing, you're like, why is it there? So
see, Black Myth should have been actually Stellar Blaze. It should have been in running for best game of the year, even though it's not really my jam.
Over Balatro.
Yeah, over Balatro for sure.
I mean, the thing is, like I said, Balatro is probably. I mean, it can be the best of what it can possibly be, but for what it is, it's just not that good. It's because it's a card game. It's like you deal better than everybody. It's like, yes, but you're never going to beat a race car driver. Like that's not the same, you know?
Yeah, you dealt cards better than me. Guess what? Pop. Now I won. That's how they do in Vegas.
It's just not. It's not as interesting at all. So.
Yeah.
Honestly, you know what would have been a better card game?
What?
Liar's Bar, hands down.
I do not know card game.
Well, okay, Liar's Bar is a card game. It's a 3-card Monty where you bluff whatever. Say it's like king suit for that round. You got to put kings down, but you don't have all kings, so you have to lie. Somebody calls your lie. You pull the revolver that's on the table next to you and shoot yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And there's only one bullet in the chambers, so
really? That's true.
It's Russian roulette mixed with, I think it's called Blind Man's Bluff, or something. I forget what the actual card game's called.
That's crazy.
And yeah, it is.
It's so gay. Whatever.
It is awesome. I love it.
No, I'm sorry. The whole content creator of the year. Okay.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Like, based on what metric exactly? Like
I tuned out the stupid award shit.
So I tend to watch yeah, and so this is actually the one that was I think it was the votes for like the audience
the people.
Voted for that.
Yeah.
The best the game of the year for the people. So Black Myth won 2 things, so good on them. But like there were some that they just totally raced through. It was really odd. Like they'd spend a lot of time on some things and then they'd rush through them. Like best RPG, I mean, that was gone in like 10 seconds. They just basically said best RPG and then they announced it, said congratulations, and moved on. I was like, they don't get it. Like that's what? So
yeah,
it was really odd, and there were so many commercials. It was basically a lot of commercials. Oh, and also we voted and this thing won, and then more commercials. And now let's have a 10-minute musical number that nobody cares about.
But they did give us some trailers for stuff, so there's that.
They what?
They gave us trailers for things.
Yeah, the commercials. And I mean, some of them were good, and some of them were like.
Siri confirmed for the Witcher 4 main protagonist. You know, who saw that coming?
You know what? I don't even know The Witcher. I don't even play The Witcher, but I am annoyed for The Witcher.
Well, I mean, they've set it up for Siri to be the next Witcher. It's not going to be the same without Geralt. So
yeah.
But
I know they've done everything to set it up, and Blood and Wine DLC really set it up to be following Ciri as a Witcher, even though I don't quite remember how that's even possible.
Yeah. All Witchers are men.
Yeah, it's like a Custodes thing. They're not supposed to be able to be Witchers.
You know, it was seeable
from
a mile away, but so it's been confirmed now because we got that trailer launched. But speaking of trailers, let's watch some Helldivers 2.
They arrived without warning, laying waste to our peaceful colonies, crushing all resistance.
Covenant?
They stole our citizens' homes and their minds, and something much, much worse, their freedom.
Chad, it might be time to spread some democracy.
Dude, I'm sorry.
Our greatest heroes arrive to set them free.
Sorry.
We get vehicles!
You know what? I know y'all are salty on it, but as an outsider who's never played this game, this is a fun trailer. It makes
it is always a fun trailer for Helldivers.
We will save our people from this tortured existence.
I like all of this stuff that they put in here. It's hilarious.
Okay, you know what? They got me on one thing that made me.
You got to spread managed democracy.
When they
we're going to save them from their tortured existence. Immediately, team kills. Go back to it. Watch.
And it's not an accident because when you're editing, you know that's.
Yeah. No, they knew. They knew.
Wait, where was it?
Here it comes.
Together, we will save our people from this tortured existence.
He was straight up gunned down by you.
Oh, by me. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, you know what? You're right. It was probably me, if anything, and you were the one backing up. You're like,
because I knew what was coming when it's you.
It's like, not that. No, damn it, Zero.
I love how he missed every enemy and just pinpoint accuracy nailed his teammate too.
Oh. Yeah, I feel like we might have to go back and spread some managed democracy.
Well, I might have to.
At a time.
We'll watch the rest of this, then I'll rain on the parade.
Sure.
Yeah.
For we are those who stand in the way of all tyranny, who will give our lives today for a freer tomorrow, who will take back control of freedom. And deliver peace to our homes. We are the Helldivers.
I mean, come on. We will take back control of freedom. These are fantastic lines. Whoever is doing this writing is great.
Oh, no. Helldivers 2 has amazing writing. And oh, yeah. When you get injured in it, your character says the funniest shit. Like, he'll like, be like, my leg!
Oh, gosh.
But the problem is that the new vehicle, they added the little ACP or whatever. Right? Yeah, it's a paper dragon.
Warhog. What, the Warhog?
Oh.
The moment you go over a hill and just slightly too steep, it blows up and kills everybody in it.
Oh, sounds fun. Let's do it. Oh. No, but Helldivers is a hell of a lot of fun. I'm not going to lie.
It is. Last time we played, though, I was just like not getting into it. I don't know why either. Just, I don't know.
The thing is that there's a verse in the Bible, if you'll allow me, that says, "He who increases knowledge increases sorrow," and I believe that that's true when it comes to knowing about the people behind the game. Like, if you just know about the game, you're just like, oh, this is fun. And as soon as you hear about the community managers and how they wish that you die, you're like, this is less fun. I like it so much today.
That is kind of what killed it for us, was all that bullshit that was going on with everything in the Discord and everything else. And we just had to take a step back, then tried it again, and just wouldn't have as much fun as we were. But it was a hell of a lot of fun when we did it.
Yeah.
It had a lot of good clips. I fixed Chad's clip because he put the wrong damn song to it.
Oh, kiss my ass.
He did. Chad, do you have that clip somewhere where I fixed it on hand?
Wait, fixed it? I don't know. I might have totally accidentally deleted it.
I highly doubt that. It's
actually,
somewhere.
Was that the one that I normally play at my intro?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Hang on a second. I'm pulling it up. Or no. This wasn't my intro. This was
It was in something.
It was a clip thing. Hang on a second. I can pull it up through.
I'm pretty sure I might have shared it on Twitter, but I also shared like 5,000 things since then.
Yeah, so it'll be easier if I just go to my page real quick and pull it up that way, don't you think?
Probably. But I'm still going to see if I can find it first.
Yeah, but I mean, as an outsider, if I just kind of don't pay attention to the community managers and hope they all got fired, that commercial would make me want to play, and then I'd remember that I am not a first person or third person shooter because I cannot aim for crap. It is tragic. So I mean, my team would hate me too because I'd shoot them. See, I need a game where I cannot fire.
Well, here's the thing. It's kind of anticipated
that I suck.
No, that you're going to shoot your teammates. In fact, it's pretty much.
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised there's not an achievement for it. That's how often it happens. Like.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be trying to do it, and if somebody shot me, I'd be mad at them. So, because I'm a girl, and that's how we roll. We're not like guys.
I mean, that's why I can't ever attract any of them. Because I'm a guy. Let's see.
No, we like when you're guys to each other, not when you're like guys towards, like, not when you treat us like guys. You treat guys like, hey, loser, what's up, man? Now, I treat my sisters like that.
You found it yet?
No.
Yeah, my relationship.
Found a bunch of episodes. I can't find the clip reel. Oh, I'm an idiot. Wait, I save everything.
You do. And I
can't uploads, stuff either. Clips. Helldivers 2. There it is.
Oh, now he finds it.
Yeah. Okay. There we go.
I know I put it somewhere, didn't I?
I don't know.
Somewhere, but
I can present this now, so I'm going to.
All right, you do that.
There it is.
Let presentation happen.
There's no sound.
Yeah, hang on. You know what? I'm gonna use the fucking dude. Windows added a whole new thing to play videos, and it is absolute ass.
Oh my goodness! Playing anything in Windows is.
Yeah, I know. That's the reason I actually got VLC Player.
And no. Just getting here. We're waiting on Chad to figure out what he's doing.
Oh, no. It does have audio. It just doesn't start with audio.
Well, it should have. It's not the clip I fixed then.
Well, oh, well, this is the one I got. The one you fixed, I don't think I have, so deal with it.
Good dealing.
No, it won't be as good then. Well, now we don't have any visuals.
No, it's just a big black screen.
Yeah.
Is this to increase drama?
I might, maybe it's to increase the tension.
I am tense.
I am tense too.
Hang on, I gotta turn this down.
What is he turning down?
I don't know.
Well,
maybe it's the hentai tab in the back.
You hear nothing?
Yeah, we heard nothing and we saw nothing. It just like right when you just stopped sharing is when something popped up. And still no sound. We are soundless. So what is he looking for, Zio?
Clip of Helldivers. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We'll move on then.
Moving on. It really don't.
But yeah, Helldivers is definitely one of those games that the ad campaign is great.
Top notch. Their marketing.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
It is. So let's talk about Path of Exile, shall we?
Yes.
I mean, I haven't played it because I'm still mad.
Hour and a half.
Whatever.
Path of Exile POE has over 1 million early access redemptions.
That is crazy.
And rising.
But let's just take a look at this real quick. Here's our Path 2 numbers for the Steam side of things.
Wow.
Looking at over 500,000 right there. And that doesn't include consoles or their standalone launcher or the Epic storefront. So
good on them. That dip is very strange on December 12th.
Oh, that was outage.
That's where everything went down.
Yeah. Literally the servers just crashed.
It looks like, so for some reason I heard it in voices. So they're going, whoa, whoa, whoa.
That's not. We should put that through a wave reader and see what it comes up.
This is its main competitor, Diablo 4 on Steam.
What's the all-time high for D4?
55.
Yeah, 55.5.
That's all-time peak 2 months ago. Oh, wait. Oh.
The all-time peak was 2 months ago.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now that's only also on Steam. I think they sold quite a bit when D4 released.
That's right. It was on the Blizzard
because they actually bragged about it, so it sold like quite a bit.
So we're told. That's the thing is.
No, I'm sure it did. It was.
No. I'm just commenting on the fact that we can only see Steam charts.
Yeah.
Because no company releases their numbers.
It sold. Well, no, they came out and said that they sold like 12 billion copies or something at one point.
Of course. Just like the whole thing with Veilguard, where they had someone leak that they sold 3 million.
That
copies.
I can actually believe because it was D4 coming out when there was nothing else, and people have been waiting on D4.
Yeah,
it came out on everything. So.
And honestly, D4 did at the start really shine in regards to comparison to like D3, which was ass.
Yeah. I mean, everybody was waiting on D4 for years, so I'm not surprised it sold 12 mil. But this is what it's kind of looking at nowadays. We can barely crack 10,000 on Steam, so.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it's doing on other platforms, but I'd say it's not doing too much better. But we got reviews, which are great.
Yeah.
That Path of Exile, man. Just no.
We got 8s across the board from IGN.
Yeah, because they don't want to put it above Veilguard.
Yeah, so did you actually listen to this review? Because I did. I took the time to listen to it.
Well, I mean, I just feel like I'd lose IQ points if I did.
Yeah, well.
Get ready to get dumb, then.
He's about to make us dumber, isn't he?
Sorry. Yeah, like,
sorry,
viewers. Was complaining about the fact that you go through Acts 1 and 2, or 1, 2, and 3, and then you have to repeat 1, 2, and 3 to get to the end game portion. And he's kind of complaining about it. And it's like, yeah, duh.
Yeah, it's early access, you dipshit. They don't have
an early access game. Half the game isn't there.
Yeah.
Half the classes aren't there. Over half the ascendancies aren't there. Half the skills are missing.
Yeah.
They told us that was the case, and they were like, "Oh, by the way, we're just going to have you repeat 1 through 3 on a harder difficulty
to pump your
because
level
of it, so you can pump your level and get to the end game and play some of that stuff."
Yeah, I mean,
it's elegant,
but he's like, it felt repetitive that I had to do it, and there's nothing new there other than stronger monsters. It's like, no fucking shit. Where the fuck were you?
Welcome to ARPGs, you dumbass.
I mean, what were you expecting when they said, "Hey, we're going to release this early"?
Hey, Zio, and, did you know that Diablo 2 had normal, nightmare, hell difficulties, and they were all the same?
Yeah, they were. Wouldn't you know it? We played the same first 4 acts for God knows how long, and then they gave us a 5th one with Lord of Destruction.
Yep, and then they added Uber Diablo, which was just Diablo, but Uber.
Yeah.
0 out of 10.
0 out of 10. But yeah, they gave Vanguard a 9 because, that was such a good game. Couldn't even win an award, by the way.
No.
Not one award.
Not even the one for pandering. So, So yeah, that's
so what was Mike Ybarra's issue?
Entering live games is rough, man. Be patient. As
was he trying to take pop shots at Path of Exile?
Hate that feeling.
No, no, he was actually praising them.
Oh, okay.
Because he like, not everything I post is negative. No, this guy was actually actually like, hey, Path of Exile is really good, but you got to be patient. It is early access, and it's like I said, early access is early access.
Yeah, I
surprisingly got their servers back up and running pretty quickly.
Out within hours.
I don't understand how anybody can say anything that's like a hard criticism of an incomplete game.
Oh, well, get ready, Meg, because you're going to see it.
I mean, you can say, I don't like this, and you can say, I hope they fix this. You cannot say this game sucks because X, Y, or Z.
Oh, no. They are definitely saying that because their broken builds are being fixed.
Well, I mean, you can't say that and be a logical person that I'm going to take seriously or listen to. Because it's stupid. This is an incomplete game.
Yeah. And by the way, here's what they're doing. And I identified it because tech background. They're sectioning off the game so that they can work with this section of code, so that they can work with this section of code, so that they can work with this section. Yes, thank you.
Sorry. That was my fault.
I was like, my evil twins are in the room. They're working with this section of code so that they can troubleshoot it and bug squash. Then they're going to introduce new characters, all the other stuff, and segments.
What D-pad chat is looking forward to. He's looking forward to Axis.
Well, yeah.
That Freudian slip was pretty obvious, my dude.
Wait, what?
Freudian slip?
Which one?
The one where you were saying, but you can see where they can axe, and it's like, well, that's not the word that goes there.
Access. Where you'll access like this section of code, they'll bug squash it, then they'll add a new section, and then they'll bug squash that, and then the two they're going to have to rebalance because as they add new stuff, balancing is going to happen. But these people are so damn dim-witted that they're treating it like this is the full game. And by the way, what the funniest thing was the guy that had a video complaining about dodge rolling and blocking being an integral part of the game, when in the trailer, which I did not get the chance to pick up, Zio, I'm sorry.
Oh, which one was that?
That hour-long one where the devs were talking about.
No, I know what you were talking about there. I mean, which guy are you talking about complaining?
I sent it in the it should be either in DMs or in the Assault Mines itself.
Yeah, I didn't see it in the mines, but
it must be in your DMs then. Hang on.
Yeah, who knows? I sent a lot of things in the DMs.
But yeah, it's in the No, you sent it to me.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, I'll say it.
Whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got to have a talk about Pathex.
This guy right here.
And I will
definitely more successful than I am, but gosh, dude.
I will cancel. Hog is
that video was kind of hard to watch for a second because this guy, and I've also seen other videos, and it's like we don't need to tear each other apart and all this other stuff, and it's like, look, I joke about when I say things like Chad, get good.
Yeah.
And things like that, but
I joke when I say Zio's a bitch.
Sometimes, it's just one of those things. It's like, what the hell are you doing? This guy right here, he complained. It does
not make this guy look good at all.
He complained about the nerfs. It was complaining about how bad the nerfs are. Talked about how he played Scion, how he sucks at the game. He's not that great at it. He doesn't play auto one-button builds and all this other stuff. Complains about the nerfs. And the only thing at this point in time that got nerfed was the interaction between poison gas and fire ignite and scaling down the damage because it was way too much.
It was actually a glitch where it was actually adding the fire damage on top of the gas cloud. So it was like triple the damage it was meant to be.
But that and the one-touch build buttons, which are the cast on whatever.
Cast on ignite, cast on freeze.
Cast on ignite, cast on freeze. The stuff that is used to build a one-touch button build, that was all that was nerfed for the most part. But yeah. And I thought it was hilarious.
And me and Zia will translate for Hog here.
Complaining about it. And I kind of don't remember what was said in this now because that was yesterday when I listened to it.
Well, here's what killed me. And he mentions it early on, that Hog here basically doesn't like Dark Souls games, and he's getting older, so his reaction time isn't as good as it used to be. So having a dodge roll, he no likey, and he's like, and the devs didn't even mention it, and I'm like,
what?
Oh yeah, it was also complaining about this isn't an ARPG because it's not the kind of ARPG he wants it to be. Essentially.
Wait, I'm sorry. The added ability of dodging and roll dodge is a problem to him somehow.
It's in Diablo 4 too, I think.
Wait, yeah. I'm sorry. It's why is it added?
Wait, yeah, it is.
Is this taking something away?
No.
Why here's the thing. Before, what you could do is walk passively out of the way and hope you make it in time, or you could apply a gem, which is what I had to do, and do a blink to get out of there because I got out over my skis all the dang time. So I was like,
that was my thing for everybody complaining about dodge roll too.
I'm confused.
Was like, why don't they just make it like a blink?
Yeah,
because in POE 1 in the first act, not that far into the game, they give everybody essentially a get out of jail card with some sort of a blink, so you don't get pinned in by shit.
Yeah, I have leap even now in case I get completely surrounded because of one of the acts. There's these little crawly dudes that literally like super fast run up on you, and they can trap you. So I just, in case I get trapped, leap out of the way.
But yeah, it's like, why don't you just make dodge like that baseline for everybody?
And they
similar to that, but they didn't. They did change it. No, they changed it slightly, but no, they didn't make it a blink.
Oh, it's not a blink, but you can now dodge roll through enemies for the most part.
It reduces your size in the game to 0 and lets you push smaller enemies out of the way, but it doesn't. It's less likely to be trapped.
Yeah, but, can you also apply a blink?
Yes.
Yeah,
there's also in the game too.
I'm sorry. I'm confused. I'm utterly baffled. Then I'm sorry. This is like saying
it's later game tech though.
But I'm just confused as to why you'd be pissed off that you have an extra ability. You don't have to use it, dude. Don't hit the button if it makes you so mad. I don't.
No, see, that's the thing is he wants to complain about something, anything.
That's what I'm thinking.
And 2, he wants it to be a dice roll. He wants it to be the game his way. Because I've seen a lot of these people, especially lately, they want the game to be their way, and everybody else has to conform to their narcissistic tendencies. Hog here. What really got me about Hog here is when he said the devs didn't mention it at all, and I'm like, motherfucker! In that 1 hour dev showcase of the game, they said repeatedly that a majority of the skills will be predicated on blocking, dodging. Like, it really is just like a lot of the skills are going to be will synergize with dodging out of the way, then hitting them. I have as a warrior class, I have a whole fucking tree dedicated to, guess what? Blocking.
Yeah. So those are your options. When you're in a fight, you either don't be there, so evasive maneuvers, or you stand there and tank it like a Chad. I know. But
I do both.
That made you so happy inside. Whatever. It won't happen again, sir.
You felt so proud of yourself for that one.
But the thing is that it's just my feeling on this, or people like this, is that they misunderstand why a lot of video game reviewers get big. Like when they were making fun of Veilguard and stuff, they're making fun of legitimate problems, though. Being negative just for the sake of being negative means you're an idiot. Being negative about things that are actually negative means that you actually will get people to listen to you, because people will go, finally, someone who agrees. But you can't just be complaining about like sky blue and has clouds. What? It's just stupid.
Yeah,
and you come across as a twat waffle.
And the thing that kills me is there are legitimate criticisms of Path of Exile 2 that I agree with. And the funny thing is, so do the developers, which is why they.
Well, I hope they reduce the gold cost of respecking.
I
like the fact that they decided to do it with gold cost and stuff, because now you don't have to find orbs. Those things were practically impossible to find.
Yeah. Okay. So
the gold cost is way, way too much too.
I disagree.
Just give me freaking orbs at this point.
Hard disagree.
Okay.
I'm spending 1,000 plus per respec point, which I believe you would be around that as well, Zio.
Unless it's a notable.
Okay.
Then it's slightly more.
But yeah. So I have 30,000 gold right now and rising.
I do not.
Have you sold anything?
Yes.
Okay.
I stopped disenchanting blues. I only disenchant golds now.
Same.
And anything that has sockets I salvage.
Yep.
But no, I actually use the vendors regularly too. So, and that's how you're supposed to gear up. And we can't find gear that works. I mean, it'd be great if I found a piece that I don't have to replace or anything.
Like I've checked the vendors. They usually don't have anything for my unique build. So every now and again they do, but right now I kind of am outpacing them a little bit on what I currently have versus what they're selling. And I think that's because of level. So like once I get to a certain level, it'll probably start outpacing what I currently have. But I always go back to town with a full inventory just so I keep that gold up, because I know I'm probably going to respec. I'm probably going to, and this is on the off chance that they don't give us a complete wipe when they introduce the next big things. And I also had looked at the passive tree and was like, okay, I want to get to this endpoint on the edge. And the hammer thing is next to the axe. So when they introduce axes, I'm going to wipe the hammers out, switch it to axes, and that'll cost me like 5,000.
Not necessarily. The higher level you go, the more
it'll cost. Yeah, but regardless, I'll have the money.
So my thing is, when you have a game like this, I think one of the fun things about it is literally discovering how to make a better build. And if they punish you so hard to where it's like, yeah, this is just what it's going to be, and I'm just going to stick with it. It's fine. I mean, it was a mistake, but it's too expensive to bother respecting. Or to play around with it. I mean, you got basically when you opened up the skill tree, I was like, that looks like the sky. So there were so many nodes there. I was like, oh my gosh, the possibilities. To make it too expensive and too costly to where you don't want to play around with it, where you don't want to discover what other things you can do, what builds might work better. You chose this route. Maybe if you chose the other one, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how expensive is too expensive, because I don't know. I have not played this game because I'm still mad at part 1. And and this one costs dollars, and I am a cheap.
It'll be free when it's fully released.
Yeah. So I'm mad at part 1, and 2, it's not free, and it's gonna be.
You can discover the old ways when it's free to play.
Yeah. So
okay. So I want to point this out too, and this is something nobody's really touched on. Okay, Rough Nut, what?
So I think it literally just depends on how much gold you come across. Like if you're getting like 20 gold per level, not level, but per map, and it's like 1,000 per to respect, that would suck.
I usually get about 1,000 every visit to town, just off the stuff I sell. But Zio is right in that regard. But here's the thing, and this is something that nobody's really pointed out. They're testing everything, and that likely includes the respec cost and how to scale that. Likely, I could definitely see them scaling that way down.
Yeah. So it's not, like I said, this isn't a hard criticism. I'm just saying I think that that this would be a good metric for them to kind of go towards. It's like, hey guys, this might be a better idea. I hated the way that you had to respec in the old one. I was just like, well, this is where we're at, and this is how it goes down, which made it suck way harder when I got penalized for beating a boss.
Saw that coming.
Well, in this game, they just go down every time you go up an act.
What goes down?
Your resistances.
Why? Why would you do that? Why, game?
Zio.
That's just how it works.
But why?
Zio's trolling you.
No, I'm not. Act 2, I had -5 or -4 fire resistance.
Just fire, though?
Well, I had resistances in my armors and stuff, right? But when I opened my thing, I realized I had a -4 in the fire, which means they all came down slightly, moving from Act 1 to Act 2.
See, I
didn't notice that. I don't.
That's how they built it.
I'm at the end of Act 3. I'm going to keep an eye on my resistances and see if it goes down.
I'm sure somebody likes that, but I'm sure there are also people that like being punched in the face. I don't like either of those things. Like, just
setting up your resistances is much easier in this one too, because sockets aren't for gems anymore; they're for runes. So you can use that for your resistances.
And it's pretty strong too.
Yeah, and I saw that, and that was like fantastic. Just because I was like, I remember trying to get
That's the criticism I have, is the runes.
I remember playing with a bow in 1, and I spent so long trying to get one with 6 sockets, and I could not get one where all 6 were linked. It just did not happen. I couldn't even get one with 4 too.
It's hard.
Now you don't gotta worry about links and stuff.
I had so many resources to keep re-rolling, and it never happened. I'm just sitting there miserable and watching all of my resources go away because I cannot get. I'm just re-rolling over and over again and getting worse stuff.
They changed the way crafting works too. So no more sitting there rolling 100 reforge or 1,000 reforges to finally get that 6 link.
Yeah, God, that was miserable. I was like, I don't like so. Like, there were little things I didn't like in POE 1.
There's a calculator.
If it had just been like, we screw you over with your resistances at the end, I'd be like, that's irritating and that makes me mad. But that on top of like the other little things that kind of already made the game like difficult for. I mean, I was a newbie. I admit that. but I didn't have like a huge problem like jumping into it. But I was like, this is kind of making this not fun to me. It makes me mad, livid even.
That's why I like the graveyard crafting better.
Because you could be very precise.
Because it made it so much easier to properly craft an item than it would be to use the other way of crafting.
Yeah. No, this is
of course
true.
That's probably why it pissed off so many people too. So,
well, I will say though, the thing is that it took me so long to figure out how the necropolis actually worked because there are no instructions. That I was like, what is this? Like, just
the instructions were there, but they were very hard to understand.
Yeah, they were like IKEA instructions. They were like.
Yeah, Path of Exile 2 is amazing how they did the instructions. They were very concise instructions on everything. It's great. Now, here's the thing that people have been saying, and they were like, why do we have to pay for respecs during the early access? If we're testing this, we need to have it for free. I'm like, you guys don't understand. If they do it for free, they can't test the scale of respecking, which kind of defeats the purpose. Now, I get they want to test like different builds and all that stuff. I get that. But that's not the only thing that's being tested. And a lot of these people are literally like blinders on, laser focus on just builds. And it's like they're testing so much more on the back end that you guys have no idea. And the reason I know this is because I got like Matrix brain where I see the code as I'm playing the game. And
he's special. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, I don't need it free. I just want it to come down.
Yeah, I'm talking about like not a lot of the people are like it needs to be free. We're testing everything, blah, blah, blah.
Like,
and I'm like,
I mean, I had like I guess 14,000 gold. Did a little bit of light respecking like this morning.
Yeah,
I've got like maybe 6,000 left. And I'm just like, well, shit, I can't go back now.
Yeah.
And this didn't work out very well like I was hoping it. So,
yeah, it's one of those situations where I realized that you don't have to pick up everything. But when you're like, okay, time to go back to town, if your inventory isn't full, start grabbing random shit just to sell.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have like a bigger rucksack then.
Or you mean you want to be like me?
Yeah, I want to be like Link in Legend of Zelda, where you have everything and you have the most Mary Poppins of pockets.
My character actually gets a chest on his back to carry extra items.
Apparently.
I haven't unlocked it yet, but
yeah, I'm certain that's not going to be whatever character I have, which is going to be primarily one that hits things and runs away.
Shadow.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw Shadow, I was like, "Oh, that's Meg's. There's
Meg. There's brave Meg."
Of course, I'm not playing my character of choice either because I thought the warrior was the marauder.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Too.
And then we got a gem that gives you like support, whatever, and it lists all the classes. I think I showed that to you on live stream, Meg.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, there's the Marauder. Wait, the Marauder's going to be in this. Wait, what? No, I was like happy and pissed at the same time.
Yeah, it's. I mean, there are a lot more choices this time around as well. So, I mean, it looks like it's going to be a much more expansive.
The tree's easier to deal with too now.
Yeah,
you don't have to balance like health and all this other stuff anymore. They've taken that out of the equation.
Yeah,
and,
I mean,
if you need like, say 10 intellect for something, you can actually just pick your highway nodes and tell it to put it in intellect instead of another stat.
Also, you can respec it.
What you need.
Yeah.
And respecing those nodes, you can respec those nodes actually mid-build somewhere much cheaper than if you were actually respecing too.
Yeah.
I did notice that. So if you need like an extra 5 stam and you can be fine with, or an extra 5 strength and you can get rid of 5 dexterity or something, you can go down on your highway, find one of your decks, click it to respec it, and just respec it to strength, and there you go.
Yeah.
Look at the size of Zeo's deck. Also, tell her and our viewers about what you learned about the witch and the sorcerer, which will probably be me and my warrior and the barbarian marauder.
What did I learn?
The skill tree.
Oh yeah, the skill tree is different. Now they mentioned this beforehand, right? I forgot about it.
I did too.
Okay, for those of us who didn't nerd out and watch the 2-hour infomercial.
So first off, we were trying to figure out who started where on the grid, right?
Uh-huh.
And it turns out that 2 characters share the same spot. So the witch and the sorcerer share the exact top of the grid.
Mm-hmm.
And we're pretty sure the Templar and the Druid's probably going to share the northwest part of the grid.
Yeah.
The Marauder and the Warrior will share the southwest part of the grid. And I guess the Ranger and Shadow will share spot. The Mercenary
and the nodes will change accordingly. So like the nodes for the sorcerer are different.
The nodes also change too, right?
Yep.
So I picked up a sorcerer because I always play a witch. I was like, I don't really care too much for the witch's ascendancies, but the chronomancer from the sorcerer intrigued me. And I want to play it as minion build, which is where I've probably fucked up at this point now.
Really?
Yeah, my boys aren't getting the support they need. Anyway.
Oh yeah.
But if you play a witch and you go up, where I get a spot where it's like fire, ice, and lightning, and I pick a path and go up and stuff. And theirs is minion and corruption instead up through there. So then they get extra buffs for minions or corruption damage or chaos damage. And so
are you going to reroll your character then?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead. Now that I know more about the game, I've already gone through most of the 3 acts, not all the way through Act 3, but a good chunk of it at this point. I know how the game is being played on the currency side of stuff, and I have more idea of the passive tree, because it does take a little bit to learn how it's going on, even though it is easier to deal with now. I think I'm going to go ahead and pick up my mercenary and go with that.
I'll have to reroll to the Marauder.
Well, the Marauder
when it comes out.
When the Druid comes out, I will reroll into a Druid to try that out, of course.
Yeah, I think it's going to be the same time. I think they're going to do Druid and Marauder at the same time. So
I'd say I expect them to drop them all at the same time. But I could be wrong. They may do it in like spurts of 2 or something.
I think there's going to be 2 more drops. I think they're going to drop most of them in the next one, and then like there's going to be a couple more at the end.
But yeah. So, but yeah. So the nodes are a bit different depending on the class, and then of course you got to think about the ascendancies and stuff. And I like the idea of controlling time because I'm sorry that is just cheap as hell. Getting to reverse time on yourself.
Yeah, I saw you do it, and I was like,
It's like Chad's over here. It's like I'm out of potion. I'm like, I haven't even touched my potion yet. It's like, what? And it's like, yeah, I just do this, and I just rewind time on myself every time I take a hit. It gives me back full health and everything.
By the way, I just got a breaking news.
Yes.
This is coming from Meg's brain.
Boring.
It's actually okay. So it's not, but for the dumbest reason ever. So, I don't know if you guys are kind of anime. Well, Chad's not so much, but Zio's kind of into anime. So that reminds me of what is it? That character I hate so much from Bleach, Orihime. That was her power. Yeah,
that actually is her power. She
it
just
is.
rewind time.
Mm-hmm.
And now that you think about it, and yeah, that's exactly how the Chronomancer works because she's got that ability. It rewinds time to her last after image. So wherever her health and mana was at that point is where her health and mana goes again. And I keep healing myself using that.
So Meg just said I'm not into anime. I'm gonna take personal offense to that.
Well, I don't. Let's put it this way. I don't know. I do know Zio's into anime, but I don't know like your level of anime and if you know Bleach.
Trigun, Cowboy Bebop, Wolf's Rain, Big O, pretty much everything that was on Adult Swim. On top of that, there was special like great romance anime, like teen angst romance anime. It was actually one of the few ones I recommend because it's hilarious. It's a comedy.
Which one?
It's called Special Way.
I saw that one.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Like I love how the character is way overpowered, but it's like just the MacGuffin.
Yeah, it was kind of. There was another one. Oh crap. Is it Kaicho wa Maid-sama? Basically Maid-sama. That's what they call it.
Yeah.
But it's the same kind of thing where you have this overpowered girl and this overpowered boy, and they kind of like bump heads. But the girl is like, the guy is actually like way more overpowered, but he's way more chill. And the girl is overpowered and has no chill. So she's like mad at him all the time because he's
that's
like
always the I keep on saying diagram. The how they do those, like the girl always has the female protagonist never has chill, but the guy is always like whatever.
Yeah.
I love it though. It is fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, like looking at the tree here, this is the witch. And some of these nodes, a lot of these are the same. Like this cluster here is all the same on both sides. You go up through here, you get minion, spell damage, minion, spell damage, chaos damage.
But that's different for if you're the sorceress, then it becomes something different.
But if you do sorceress, you can see they've changed now. Spell damage, spell damage, spell damage, spell damage. Elemental, fire, winter, lightning. Meanwhile, of course, these are the same here. These are going to be the same. This stuff over here is the same.
Pretty much everything that's minion themed is switched.
I've kind of like handicapped myself at some point now because I went up here to grab minion nodes. There were minion nodes over here I went and grabbed.
I mean, I still think it's probably viable, but you have to really push for it.
It's going to be one of those things that I probably shouldn't have started that way. I should have focused on like my fire or something, and I didn't. And it's kind of handicapped me now at this point. I'm way weaker than I should be.
Also,
one thing that I'm noticing on this one though is that it looks like there are a lot more dead ends than there were in the other one.
Well, there's clusters, right?
Yeah, but they're clusters, and they kind of like they're basically
they do a thing like you come over here, and this is a lightning cluster right here, so it's pure lightning stuff, penetration and damage. And then you got cold and this, and then you can pop it over here and go this way if you want to.
Yeah, no, I mean I see. Or
you've got this here, you can either bypass it pretty easily, or you can come over here and you can grab them. The same with
like this one right here. That spiral that you had on the bottom down to the left. Yeah, the spiral of doom that kind of like.
Yeah.
I was like, man, that's a lot to kind of like get stuck
into.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's still good though.
As long as it's good, but you know what I mean though, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're just like, ugh.
Wait, did they just wait? Stop for a second. Am I looking at the Tumblr of skills?
I have no idea.
Yeah, okay, Zio. The joke, just fuck the joke, okay?
Obviously.
Spiral into depression.
Okay. Spiral. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I noticed it when I first looked at it a while back, and I was like, spiral into depression, eh?
Every Democratic voter on November 6th.
But let's see. Chad's over here.
So sad.
Right?
Yeah.
Like your axes here.
Which, honestly, they should just cut that off because they don't have axes in the game.
Well, there will be.
Yeah, there will be, but now you got people that... for people who are new and, didn't connect the dots that, man, no axes are dropping... having that there is kind of a noob trap.
I don't know. I mean, perhaps I am assuming people to be smarter than they actually are, but I would assume that
they're not.
Trust me, after looking at a lot of the Meg, you can just type in Path of Exile 2, POE 2, whatever on Twitter, X, and you will see the stupidity of humanity on full display. Like, you got some people that are like, oh yeah, this is how you do it. This is like people are legitimately trying to help. And then people going, that shouldn't be like that because I don't like it.
Yeah.
Hog. I immediately, I don't know that guy. I don't like that guy.
I don't like that guy.
I don't feel like these are genuine people though.
No,
especially not if you're a content creator and you're doing this. I'm like, no, you're either dumb or you're disingenuous, and you're hoping that people are stupid. You're trying to farm off of bad press.
Yeah. If it bleeds, it leads.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, apparently, Elon Musk likes Path of Exile.
Yep.
We've gotten so sidetracked.
So I wholeheartedly expect that we're gonna have on the leaderboards is we're just gonna see one day Elon Musk and be like, what the hell?
I mean, I do have to say though, like at least 48% of the country now is gonna hate Path of Exile just as a matter of principle.
They won't even know what it is. Majority of them don't play video games. They just hate on gamers.
Yeah. No, I didn't say that they're going to hate it legitimately. I said they're just going to hate it. They're going to hear Path of Exile and be immediately angry. They're going to be like, do you know what that is? They're going to be like, no, but I'm angry and I don't know why.
Oh, sounds about right. Sounds like it's on par.
Yeah. So, this was in the salt mines for some reason. Do we really talk about it?
I didn't put it there.
I sure didn't.
I don't think. I think if I did, it was to make fun of the fact that Mario's brother is in jail.
Let's see. Oh, no. It was Thomas.
Of course.
Oh, gosh.
Thomas, gaming news. Well, Luigi, but still.
Yeah.
There have been some excellent memes based off of this where, like, Luigi's in jail.
Just a note to all aspiring parents out there. Don't name your kids after iconic video game characters.
Oh, no.
Because when they get into trouble, MEGG. AI will now basically own them.
I know why this is in there.
Put it in there.
I know why. I know why it's in there because the press tried to say that this was caused by video games because he played. Apparently, this guy played
because he played Among Us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
right. Among Us will corrupt your children and make them gun down.
There it is.
There it is. This is why it's in here. Oh gosh. Anyway,
he does not have a good.
He's not having a good day now.
Murder and the shooting death of United Healthcare CEO. Once belonged to a group of Ivy League gamers who played assassins, and members of the group told NBC News. In the game called Among Us,
how do you do tell kids?
Are secretly assigned to be killers. It's the new GTA. Among Us, you're the new GTA, and the news hates you.
Alicia, honey, please don't turn yourself into a lol cow like this. It's just embarrassing.
It's the entirety of the mainstream media. They're all lol cows.
But don't be obvious about it, right?
True.
That was not on my bingo card. No, it was not.
No.
Of all the games.
Of all the games, like usually when they're looking at a video game to put blame on why somebody does something, it's GTA, it's Call of Duty,
Doom.
No, it's freaking Among Us this time. It's like, really, guys? They beat the other drums so much they had to come up with a new one. What's another game where people kill each other? Oh, this Among Us game. Definitely.
You know,
I think all that means is that this dude is not a gamer. He played this one random game because his friends told him to, and he was like, okay, I'll be sociable.
Oh, it might not even be that. They probably just made this shit up.
There's a lot going on with this guy that just doesn't make sense, but whatever.
Well, yeah, like not to get like too much into the weeds of it, but they just said that they found his fingerprints at the crime scene when the dude was wearing gloves and took everything with him.
Yeah, and I mean
the whole thing has been weird.
The initial image that they put out, I know that this is a me thing, but the first thing I did was looked at the bridge of his nose.
Same.
The bridge of his nose is convex. Luigi's nose is concave. Now it could be a really bad picture, but his nose, the bridge of his nose has a
goes inward.
It's concave as opposed to convex.
My Italian heritage, I go outward. His went inward, and you look and
earlier. And this picture is wrong though. Like, why would he be wearing that kind of a mask? That doesn't make sense.
Where's the other picture at?
McDonald's were they buying?
Yeah, no, they've gotten rid of the first pictures now.
Have they? Is that why I can't find it?
They don't.
Because let's say the picture they released afterwards, right? And I looked at that and was like, that is not the same fucking guy.
No.
Yeah, no, it's not. They literally just.
It speaks to both his motive.
They literally just picked up some random dude and said, "Guess what, buddy? You're going to jail."
Well, the thing is that they had to find someone who looked close enough, but that's not the same bro. It's just not. It's just like, at least that's not the same. That just doesn't. It doesn't.
The chin is different, even.
Yeah.
His chin.
See, this is what originally was passing about, right?
Yeah.
I see this. I don't know. It's the other picture.
Well, see, this guy looks more feminine to begin with. When I first saw this arrive, I thought it was suddenly a chick that they were hunting for.
I mean, you said that.
This is not the same guy.
No.
I mean, he's got like a 5 o'clock shadow going on right here, for crying out loud. And I mean, heck, the jacket even looks slightly different.
And he's broader shouldered too.
He's got broader shoulders, but maybe it's closer up. I don't know, because
it could be a resolution thing too.
That's aspect ratio right there.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
They've stretched that picture so he looks differently. But I'm talking about the initial picture where you see somebody with the like from the actual shooting. You see him with the mask up, walking away, and that was the only shot that they had of him. And at that time, when you look at his nose, it's at basically a 3/4 like this, and you see that he has it looks like a convex nose, basically, and his eyebrows are not quite as majestic as Luigi's. Like they're strong eyebrows, but they're not like powerful over 9,000s like Luigi, whatever his name is.
Yeah, and
it just. I mean,
here's the thing.
A lot going on there that's weird, but
they're covering up for their incompetence. Clearly, like they did not find in my book, they did not find the person. They found a person.
Well, he's clearly involved in some way, I think.
I seriously, I don't think so. I legit think they.
Well, I mean, they got a manifesto or something out of him, didn't they?
Well, no, I'm saying that he's involved. He's like they either knew about him and set him up beforehand, or it could be a thing where they're like, hey, you want to help us in this kind of revolution thing, kind of like telling somebody to show up for a flash mob.
Yeah, like the glowies that try to trick people into doing stuff.
They do.
And then the argument that, he changed clothes. And I'm like, he changed clothes into clothes that look very, very similar to what he was wearing beforehand. That's not how
I know. That's
I am not a good at
like, I'm sorry, but this guy showed up, he shot the guy, he took off, disappeared. Just flat out disappeared. Nobody found him. And it's like,
and suddenly he's in Pennsylvania.
Must have been an actual hitman, right? Because they do exist in the world. And he knows what the hell he's doing. And then I hear about it, like, I guess a week later, they're like, and then they found the bag in Central Park. And then they've got a fingerprint from somewhere. And, dude is leaving while discharging, like, manually, wrapping his gun to, leave casings behind where one of them's got an etching on it, right?
Yeah.
Like he's doing this on purpose.
Yeah.
To be found to send a message.
Mm-hmm.
And then disappears. And then they suddenly find his bag. They find a fingerprint somehow. And then they track this Luigi guy down. And he's apparently the guy. And it's like, that makes no sense.
I got questions, man. I mean,
it's sus as all get out.
Yes, absolutely. But I don't know. I mean, I just.
Oh, I mean,
now they're trying to blame Among Us. So they're going to try to blame 3D printers now and
oh yeah, that's
video
right.
Games.
He apparently had a 3D printed ghost gun, right?
Yeah. So now no more 3D printers for you, and now no more video games for you.
And he learned how to assassinate using Among Us, which might be how he got away. He used the grate. And we all know that's how they could kill the travels, right? So he used the grate, got really far away real quick, dropped his bag in Central Park, then got back into the grate and went elsewhere.
Of course. That's absolutely
that's how it works.
Yeah.
Now, something interesting that came of this actually was apparently on like TikTok and wherever, they apparently people are like, I've been repeatedly denied my insurance claims. This guy gets popped, and all of a sudden, everybody's insurance claims are getting approved. And like on TikTok, they're talking about how their insurance claims are now been approved. Thanks, Luigi.
Yeah, I don't put any stock into any of that stuff anymore.
I don't either, but I thought it was interesting
because there's a lot of things that go on, and it's said like the people joining the 4B movement bullshit crap. Because their thing is like it's like, well, conservatives are running around saying your body, my choice. And it's like, no, nobody is fucking running around saying that. It's outside of some troll on the internet and Nick Fuentes, who did it as a troll on the fucking internet and people memeing on it. Nobody's literally going around out there saying bullshit like that. But there's 5,000 videos of women right now saying that this is happening and it's happened to them, yet nobody can produce these people or catch them in the act or anything.
Yeah. See, that's the thing
they fucking didn't. You heard the story of Nick Fuentes because he's actually, got no notoriety or whatnot because he brought the meme back from 4 years ago to reuse it. And that's all it is, because nobody said that the first time either when y'all were running around saying that's what they were saying after Trump won.
That's a lot of people online love to be the victim.
So I don't put stock into all that. I mean, when you have the largest insurance company in the world or in the America or whatnot, right? And you just take 1%, that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
And if 1% is getting denied and they all get together on TikTok, it sounds like everybody.
Oh no, this wasn't the same insurance company. The one I saw, mind you, wasn't the same insurance company. And
that's what I'm trying to get at. It's like when you take even the smallest percentage of people in these insurance groups, that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
So if you get them all together and they're all sounding off on X or Twitter or Blue Sky or, they're circle jerking on TikTok, it sounds like a lot of people, but in reality, it's like 1% of the customers.
And the funny thing is,
that thing is actually getting denied, and it's not, the 99% they want you to believe it is.
Yeah, and the thing is, that's kind of funny is I didn't even hear about this online. I heard about it while I was driving home this morning from work on the radio, that they were talking about, I guess people are kind of memeing on it, saying thanks, Luigi, because their stuff finally got approved. Likely it just got approved. But hey, you know what? If they're having fun with it, whatever, I guess.
Fun with it.
I
don't think it's going to change anything. They probably replaced the guy the same weekend, so
Dude, they replaced that guy in the meeting he was probably going to.
Yeah,
probably.
Like literally, they were like, CEO's not going to make
Bob
it.
Just got gunned down outside.
We got an opening for CEO. Takers. Yeah, that's probably how that went.
But it did make some changes because now they have every excuse in the book to not publicly release any of that information.
What do you mean? Like,
security firm? I'm sure it was the security firms who told everybody that they need to pull that shit. But if you go try to look up anyone on their websites and stuff, it's all gone and scrubbed. You're not going to see any of the CEOs, any of the big wigs from any of these insurance companies anymore now. You're not going to know who they are, and they have every right to say, well, the last time we put this stuff out publicly, somebody started killing us.
Well, stop denying claims.
There you go. That's the only thing you successfully did was send them into hiding. So now they can do it from the shadows.
Well, I don't think they can legally. I think they are legally obligated.
They can sit there and fight that one. And you know what? You want to tell them they can't do it legally? They will fight that in court for the next 50 years and still probably win.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know. Like, I don't think they can legally, but
they're still a private company. Why would
that's what I was about to say?
I mean, they don't have to put that stuff out there, and they have.
They don't have to be insurance. You don't need you. This is the thing. You don't need to have insurance except by government mandate. I mean, it's just like car insurance. The only reason that you have it is because of government mandate or because you've chosen to.
I will be 100. I think that was the worst decision they made was to require
scam. Anyway.
Yep. Same.
So let's move on to Nintendo, shall we? Power World has removed the ability to summon pals by throwing the spheres. Yeah, they did, didn't they?
They did, and everybody sees right through this, by the way. Everybody's like, fuck Nintendo. Like, I said fuck Nintendo before it was cool.
It changed the spheres to cubes. Can you imagine having PAL cubes now?
I would be down for that.
To like bullets.
Listen, there's already a sphere launcher in the game.
Yeah,
so that's not outside the realm of possibility.
Yeah, they should basically make it like a flare gun, and you basically have like you can have like a belt that's like a bullet belt, but it's got your pals in it, and you load one into the freaking chamber and you fire it at something.
Oh, that's
they patented pretty much aiming
a gun.
Aiming, period. Like literally, that's how broad it is.
Period.
Like if you look at the patent, it's like you can no longer aim and
I know we were first getting mad at this because we thought they had done this after Power World and stuff came out.
Yeah.
But of course, since we've learned since then, these were all patents before Power World came out.
Actually,
just renewed.
Actually, I got news on that. No, it wasn't. The patents were made after Power World was announced. Now that doesn't mean Power World was out.
Announced doesn't matter because Legends Arceus came out the same year it was announced, which means it was already in the works, already in the patent process.
Yeah, but
nobody knew what to expect from Power World when it was announced.
True.
So outside of Pokemon with guns in a 3D space, I'm sorry, but I cannot. As much as I want to rag on Nintendo, I'm not going to give them that much credit that they saw the trailer for Power World and said, shit, patent all our shit real quick. You know, patent that ball throw because they're going to have it in their game. They had no idea what they were going to use.
Also, their patents kind of are going to bite them in the butt because, what was it? Monster Rancher. There was a game that came out before Pokemon that
doesn't even matter anymore.
I'm not talking Monster Rancher. I can't remember the name of it. I just use it as a placeholder. There was a game that came out before Pokemon that had the same mechanics pretty much. So if we want to really get into the weeds with this, Nintendo.
Well, I hope they lose it just on principle alone, because the idea of patenting a mechanic
of
for
aiming,
a game is just ridiculous.
Like people have even said like this can negatively affect like every first-person shooter from now on. Like
in Japan.
True. In Japan.
You're like, oh, cool. Japan doesn't want games. We're good with that.
Then what we don't know is Activision already patented the ability to aim with a gun years ago.
Yeah.
So when Nintendo wins this, right, they can then bring it up. And it's like every other first-person shooter out there that isn't made by Activision.
Now it was
royalties. Here's our patent. Oh, that would suck so much.
Oh, yeah. No, the whole first-person shooter genre would die overnight.
But I mean, if that's the case, then like, what GoldenEye could come out and be like, Nintendo.
Oh, that was a Nintendo thing.
That was Rare.
Yeah, that was Rare. Wait, Rare's owned by Microsoft now.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
and
Microsoft coming out, and it's like, look, we did this long ago on the N64.
But yeah, no, it was the whole mechanic of physically throwing the ball.
Which is why I'm just like, oh, I mean, it's stupid, but fine. That's why I'm like, okay, you just launch it, put it into like have basically like a specific type of flare gun, and you put the.
Here's my thinking. Instead of making the launcher a equipable item, just make it be pulled out when you toss your pal out. Just have him go poof, and
I mean,
instead of.
Because I really hate the fact that I can't throw my pal into other pals now to start shit.
Yeah.
It really does suck. I have to actually shoot them first before my pal goes and does anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm just like there's just Nintendo. like an auto flare gun sort of thing that's always on your hip. You never, or it's always something.
Instead of throwing, when you go to throw the ball, you just pull out the flare gun and you hold it.
Yeah, and it shoots it, and you can now your pal comes out like a rocket now, and you can fire it at another wide-ranging pal that was just minding its own business.
And not to be confused with the penguin launcher.
I was about to say that the penguin launcher, where you use the pal as ammo.
Yeah, there is a thing where you pick up your little baby penguin guy and you stuff him into a bazooka. And just launch him.
And he kamikazes wherever he hits, so like he will die. He will pass out. He will faint. But he'll be damned if he's going to be the only one.
Your belt. You got 5 shots to make it count.
And they do massive damage too.
Oh, all right. So let's talk about Ubisoft for a hot minute. Ubisoft to be dismantled in 2025. IP sold off. Industry finance analysts predict that the ward-off hostile takeover, Ubisoft will be forced to go private and sell valuable assets like Rainbow Six and Assassin's Creed. What?
Yeah, things got bad.
So is this going to happen before or after Shadows releases?
After. They're
sold off. Where's the? He says source Tweaktown. So is there not a link to it anywhere? I thought it said like down below or something.
It might be, but it might have gotten buried.
Well, if he did it, it should be at the top.
Yeah.
I think so, but all right, let me see if I can find one.
But so from my understanding or from my estimate, they're hoping that Assassin's Creed Shadows will save the day. And if it goes belly up, which let's be real, it most likely will, they're going to go private, start selling off assets to avoid complete hostile takeover from probably Tencent.
Let's see.
Honestly, if they sold Ubisoft or Uno off, it might actually be worth a damn.
All right, I put it in both private chat and on Discord.
Alrighty. I also picked this up real quick. So we got the Tweaktown. Then we have this from Dexterio. Ubisoft could be forced to sell off Assassin's Creed and more in 2025. So Let's see. Ubisoft towards privatization.
Could you imagine?
Experts John Van Grunode predicts Ubisoft will dismantle by. Okay, fuck off. Okay.
So this is just potentially, though. This is not.
Yeah.
Necessarily going to.
Oh, I was right. Tencent.
Let's see. Tencent has a 49.9% stake. Really?
Dang.
In Ubisoft?
Yeah, oh yeah, no. Tencent.
Holy shit. they do. Yeah, they don't want to get bought by Tencent.
Yeah, so they're going to liquidate.
That would be a plan, I guess.
It's a play.
Let's see. Share price has plummeted to $12.30. I think now's the time to invest in some Ubisoft real quick.
Actually, hey, you know what? I actually have some floating assets right now. Oh wait, I can't. It's in fucking other.
Yeah,
they're on the European market.
Oh yeah, that's right. Shit.
Yeah, all my dollar dues are tied up in Doge anyway.
Doge.
Mine was tied up in Rumble. Then I sold early. I was going to buy again, and it's still waiting for it to go down.
Then he didn't. He fucked up.
I did. It's been over a year since it went over $8. So I was like, surely it's not going to go over $8. So I sold at high 7, and then it kept going up, and I was like, fuck me.
Yeah, if Assassin's Creed doesn't do it for him, this could actually be bad for Ubisoft.
Do you guys have predictions on?
Oh, it's going to be bad for Ubisoft. That's my prediction, and that's why you're looking on screen
right here.
Why is this so gay?
Why are you gay?
Why are you so gay?
I'm gay? You are gay. I mean, this is like some gay romance novel. I mean, this is ridiculous. That's a lot of flowers and petals and purple and pastels. It just, I mean, this is a choice. As an artist, this is obviously a choice. There are no bold colors there. This is intentionally very, very soft.
Let's bring some stuff in real quick.
Yep.
All right, where's our soft colors at? There they are.
Ugh.
Look at that. That right there. If you're
the colors of Easter,
a samurai in Assassin's Creed, pink is the way to do it.
I mean, the one shoulder sort of thing. I mean, you guys ever seen, like, you guys have been to bookstores and seen like the covers of romance novels where the guy is like bare chested or something like that. This is like this, but for someone who's gay. This is not like women's romance novel.
Your gay romance novel. Is
that it is. It's like the flowers and the hair and stuff, like, because he doesn't look masculine in this. He looks like he is like. Bro works out and he lifts, but
there you go. I put it in private chat.
Yeah, okay. What is this?
Morning to you.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
We bring in the studio this morning one of the gay rights activists, Mr. Should I call you Mr? Pepe Julian Onzima. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for
Good morning.
Me. Morning to you.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
Yes, it's real. It's a whole interview, and oh my goodness, it is.
It is uncomfortable, actually.
Yeah.
it actually is uncomfortable, but that beginning, like just how he starts out, he's like, "Why are you gay?" And then
you did not put that in private
you
chat.
are gay.
Where did I put it?
You stuck that as me in the chat.
How did I stick it as you?
Wait,
what?
Chat. I was trying to figure out why this YouTube link posted by me showed up.
Yes, Zio Gaming is commenting on both Twitch and on YouTube.
Really, Chad? Really? I'm gonna have to go ban myself from my own chats.
I have way more power than.
You have way too much power now.
Okay. Yeah, I accidentally put it as a comment, but I saw it pop up as you, and I thought it was something from earlier. So I was like, oh, wait, no. I thought it didn't post at all. So like, oh, it didn't post. Let me go to private chat because I didn't realize. When you gave me admin privileges, it completely changed the layout. So I still don't know how to remove myself. I think I hit remove over my person, but it might.
Like that. You do that.
Okay, got it.
Oh.
Okay.
All right, so XDefiant is officially shutting down. Service will be closing June 3rd, 2025. It survived a year.
Which is a shame because it actually didn't look half bad.
What? I don't know what this is.
Well, that's why I didn't survive.
Yeah. I mean, I am not the target audience. I'm just not. If it's a shooter, if it's futuristic, I don't care. I mean, good on you. You have fun. You could have a banger trailer and good on you, but I don't care. I am here for the swords and the sorcery and apparently the dogs, but not the little sprite creatures. They need to die.
Sprite? What?
I hate you soon. Okay? Put it that way. I hate you soon.
Oh.
He's not better. He is worse. I'm sitting here reading this dialogue, and one of the people in my chat actually calls him Isun ... Because almost every time I'm reading his lines, somewhere in his dialogue, I'll just go ugh.
Oh, we talked about this the other week. That's what it was. So XDefiant is shutting down. It is closing down.
Yeah,
Ubisoft San Francisco and the Okasawa studios will be closing with it. Up to 277 employees affected. See, this is what happens when you focus on DEI. People lose their jobs.
Yeah, here's the thing. XDefiant wasn't DEI at all from what I saw.
No.
I think they're affected by Ubisoft.
Ubisoft. It's an Ubisoft company and an Ubisoft game.
Yeah, and I think that's what sucks because this is probably their best bet out of the situation they're in, and they just cut it off. Because they can't abandon the message.
Yeah. But people are going to lose their job now.
So XDefiant is a game or is it a studio?
It's a game.
It's a game.
Okay.
Yeah,
I never played it. Is it a live service game?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, not anymore. It's a dead service game, but
Ooh.
Yeah, that's right. I'm here until 7.
Tom Clancy's XDefiant.
Oh, it's one of the Tom Clancy serve games. Okay. But I mean, it's like I said, clearly not for me. I wouldn't know about it. Still don't care.
Right, here we go.
Peggy 16.
Yes, it did.
This is XDefiant, a free-to-play competitive shooter featuring fast-paced gunplay complemented with specialized factions. So, what are the factions? Our factions are all drawn from iconic Ubisoft worlds and represent distinct classes, each with unique abilities and ultras. You can choose any character from any faction to assemble your team.
This actually looks really damn fun.
Yeah.
Not to me, it looks really
way better than Call of Duty.
Yeah, no, a lot of people are saying like this is
the game that's going to get the boot.
Yeah. And this is why Ubisoft's going under, because they make stupid ass decisions
and
like
this. The boot. Why is it getting the boot? Because it needs a pink samurai. Fucking hell.
Also an unattractive one.
Of 6 players.
Shots fired.
And during the game, you can
I'm
change
just
your
saying,
faction
man.
or loadout.
I don't know why
Strategy.
this is the thing with
For your loadout, you can choose from a large arsenal of weapons and
with these local
attachments.
developers and designers. But for some reason, every time they draw black people, we look so freaking ugly. And I'm like, attractive black people exist. I'm just saying, you know,
That's
you don't
because
have to
they
make
don't
us
have
all
Black
look
Girls
like
Gamer helping them.
Aunt Jemima's slow cousin. Like that's not necessary.
Oh damn.
Oh, damn.
Okay.
Shots
I'm
fired.
sorry. Like every time someone who shares your heritage is shown on TV, they're shown as some sort of ugly troll creature, and they're like, "Isn't it beautiful?" And we're like, "No." And they're
Maybe
like, "Clap
that's
for
why
it.
they think
It's so
orcs are
pretty."
black.
Huh?
Orcs being black.
And
It's
that's
like,
the thing. I'm just like,
because
nobody thought they were
I
black.
remember that whole conversation that they had to change orcs because they're an allegory for black people or something. I'm like, why? Who has ever looked at an orc and thought that? But now, you know, you're complaining about how they can't do anybody like that. And maybe that's why.
Well, it's because of the fact that this is literally how they see us, though. These are racist people who feel guilty for their perceptions, but instead of actually trying to see black people as something other than some sort of, I don't know, weird unattractive monkey, they'll just say, oh well, you know, it's because, you know, society is portraying them like orcs, or like nobody looked at an orc and thought black person. Like nobody,
it was
except
just
the racist who thinks that we're actually like orcs.
freaks who got hired by Dungeons and Dragons and them, who decided that shit. And it's like nobody has ever thought that.
No,
like nobody has ever in the world of anything in gaming has ever done that. Made that comparison.
Yeah, it's exhausting. Honestly,
people showed up and decided that was it, and everyone else is like, "The fuck are you smoking?"
Yeah. It's so frustrating because there are black people who will buy into it now and be like, why are you messing with the orcs, man? You know they're coded as black people. I'm like, no, don't accept that, idiot. This is no, don't accept
playing into
this.
that.
Yeah.
That's a self-own, dude.
That is not the own you think it is, sir, and or ma'am, and or whatever the fuck you pretend to be.
It's the it's. Oh, all right. So Rockstar. Oh, GTA 6.
Odd.
Are you gay?
Okay, let's go ahead and make sure. I'm totally not editing something while we're talking, by the way.
Obviously not. It's not like we heard that or anything. Anyway, Rockstar and GTA are cooked with DEI. No kidding.
It's like, no, you think?
Let's see. Exposed Rockstar Studio completely DEI infested. Will it affect GTA 6? Probably. Have we seen GTA 6?
It's
that's something else.
It also had that that very purplish sort of motif going on there. Somebody actually did a video, not a video, but a collage with a lot of recent games that kind of have that same color scheme that we saw with that shadows image, you know, these soft purples and pinks.
Yeah. That seems
I mean,
to be
the contrast and the saturation are tuned way to F up. Like actually the picture is way more toned down, and the background is like what you see in the 6. But it's actually much softer than these colors. Privilege is hard to talk. Bias, everyone, bias. It's
there's an entire quote back there, it's just cut off.
Yeah.
But
I'm reading the buzzwords and just kind of losing the will to live a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, Rockstar suffers from the same thing as other major AAA companies. The people who actually ran the thing well, they all bounced several years ago. And yeah, because they were pushed out for one reason or another. Same thing with Blizzard. and all these other companies, and now we're just left with a shell that is infested with these people who don't know how to make games.
Well, that's something that Grums and a couple others were pointing out, is that none of the new guard has been taught how to make games, and the overall.
Well, no, because the people who knew got pushed out.
Yeah. And
that's
now
why
these
you
companies
have them coming out saying that Assassin's Creed, getting ahead of it not that long ago, claiming, 50% of the workforce, this is their very first game. It's like, and whose fault is that?
Yeah.
It shouldn't be that way. Especially if you're working on a AAA title, it should never be that way. I can understand if like 25% or less are brand new and working on it, but 50% of your team should not be, this is their first rodeo.
Yeah. I dare say that, like, at that point, you paint yourself into a corner. There's no way out, and you're going to go under yet again. These people will be shuffled off to some other company that buys their contract, and they fail up. It's the most dumb thing. And I see it in every fucking industry. Fuck. Sorry.
A lot.
I'm sorry. It really angers me that people are able to fail up, and when they should be just outright fired.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, don't wish, people to lose their job. No, if you can't do your job, get out.
Red Dead Redemption 2 wasn't very woke. No, it wasn't. They got really upset, though, when you hog-tied the feminists and took places.
This is true.
They got very upset about that.
That is very true.
Oh, there it is. Where are these color schemes being pushed so hard? Really? Call of Duty, too? Damn.
Yeah, it is
that
weird.
It's not the color scheme for Call of Duty.
It is weird, the really pastel thing going on. Like Meg said, I don't like it. Like, it's not even like I'm angry at it. It doesn't fit any of these games, but they're really pushing it. And I have a theory, but honestly nothing to go on. So,
well, these are all very soft colors. They're all very pretty colors. They're very very mild colors. They reduce aggression. They're there for calming and spa days. So yeah, they're trying to cut out masculinity, I think.
That's what my thought was too. And I even so just so everybody knows what I've been working on, they're trying to phase out masculinity, and then I'm just going to keep playing this.
Why are you gay? You are gay.
That's what I was working on.
Yeah, I think we all knew that. I'm just saying, hey, we know you, Chad. I'm just saying.
I spend a lot of money on that thing. I'm gonna get my money's worth. Actually, has been a great tool though.
Let's see.
Did I get you banned, Zio? I am legitimately sorry if I screwed you over.
I was trying to do another thing. Anyway, it is that time of the night, though. It is 10 o'clock, and I have to work in the morning. Oh.
Old man Zio.
Yeah, damn right. I'm old. I'm tired. I haven't eaten yet. I need to eat something.
I ate before we started because I was like, yeah.
I didn't have time. Anyway, so links for everybody is always in the description down below. That was Gaming with the Sad Salt, where we mine the mines and we talk about shit. And sometimes Chad gets us banned from something.
Sorry.
Anybody want to talk about whatever you're doing lately?
Well, I'm Meg, and I play video games on Thursdays, 4 to 7 p.m. No, sorry, 4 to 7. No, that's not even kind of accurate. 4 to 6 p.m. on Pacific Standard Time. whatever that is on Eastern time because I can't math right now. Oh, that's where the 7 came from. 7 to 9 Eastern time, and for the middle, y'all figure that out. Yeah, right now I'm playing through Okami. I still Hades soon. Chad told me that he would get better. Chad is a liar. Don't believe him on anything.
He had a sad story about why he became an artist.
You just haven't gotten far enough yet. He gets better.
Bro,
soon.
I'm like 40 hours into this game. Shut up. No, absolutely not.
When you hit the 60-hour mark, he gets better.
Oh god, that's just like when somebody tried to sell Final Fantasy 13 to me and was like, it gets better after 8 hours, and I'm like,
I couldn't get through the first 3 hours.
I couldn't get through the first hour. I was like, this chick is a abuser, and she is the most obnoxious thing. And then they gave her a sequel. Like, wow.
Which one is this?
Lightning and 13. Snow.
Like, to be honest, the premise of the world sounds interesting. It always had, but I can't get past the initial start to that fucking game bores me to no end that I can't get past it. And I'm like,
don't worry, it gets better after 8 hours.
Seems promising, but I never could get past that first bit.
For me, it was how corridored every area was. It was literally just a hallway.
I get to the Shiva fight, and that's about where I stop playing because I'm so bored at that point. And I'm just like, I'm done. Yeah, that's that's probably not even an hour into it, to be totally honest.
This just goes to show like how much abuse gamers are willing to play, though. I mean, you put in like an hour to 2 hours there just grinding away with the promise that it might get interesting.
And I've done it multiple times too.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I forget that I've already done it. Like, I know I've done it, and I'm like, maybe I don't remember why I stopped. Let me go ahead and try again. And I'll get about that far, put it down, go do other things, come back, and just not even try. I'm just done with it at that point. I'm like, I do this multiple times at some point.
I mean, I was watching people play Vilgard, and I mean, they were sitting there like hoping that it got better, and they were like, "Yeah, somebody told me that it's better after the first 10 hours, or the ending is really, really good of a 70-hour game," and they've just played it under the hope that it actually got good at that point. It was kind of sad, but of course I watched it because I'm a little bit of a sadist. And it's just we really do put up with a lot, which is kind of why gaming has gotten to where it is now, because we as a general group, my gosh, he sneezed his whole face off.
He sneezed, the mic muted.
I died a little. Oh.
All right, well, we need to let Zio go put get some glue to
we need Zio to get his sleep coffee.
Yeah, I know.
I'm looking at me.
I shared something on X just now where anyway.
What are you doing, Dad?
I'm actually going to do more Path of Exile tonight after the stream. Yeah. I have a schedule for 11. I'm going to do an update and tell everybody 10:30 now, just to keep them on their toes, and then start at 11:30. No, I'm gonna.
Why? I see.
I'm going to start at 10:30 and let everybody know, hey, we're going to start early because I was expecting to get a bite to eat after this, but then I ate before it. So.
All right, cool. Are you playing anything, Zio?
Surviving.
His plan is sleep.
I'm planning sleep and survival. It's near the holidays. Keep it real with you. It's near the holidays. I'm going to be busy. I have, disabilities that keep me busy all the time. And yeah.
Well, I get
near the end of the month, and I might be able to do something then. And we'll try to do this, of course, on Fridays, like always. So
yeah, I sent Zio some E-Tank.
Yeah.
By the way, that's actually I found out that's actually a drink you can buy. Yep. E-Tanks from Mega Man is a soda.
Huh. Wonder what it tastes like.
I don't know. I haven't bought any.
You can't just give us this information, Chad.
Well, you know what? Then let me just pull up where you can buy the E-Tanks.
No, you have to buy it and then report back to us. That's how this works.
Yes.
Actually, I might actually do just that.
Did I actually set up an outro? I don't even remember what this outro is. I did get it set up, so it should play.
All right. Well, then I guess bye, everybody. This outro may or may not happen.
I don't know. We'll find out here in a second. So everybody's got links down below, and you can find them there. We will see you in the next one. Same bat time, same bat place. Something like that. With a cave? There was a cave. Yeah.